So hello traders, welcome back to another video of how we made, how we lost. I have personally not shot any video with regards to my trading for this year. This is week 7 of trading. I think I started trading around 8th of January. I had taken a break from around 27th all the way to around 8th, and then I came back on 8th, started trading and immediately went into a drawdown. So I'm going to share with you what I've been doing, the trades that I've been working on, how my system has been faring, why I went into a drawdown, how I'm handling it, how I'm managing it, the different accounts that I'm trading, although I won't go into all the accounts that I have because I've added quite a bit of accounts since the last time I think I did a video. I think the last time I did a video I had about 200 and some extra money, about 500 in challenges. I have way more on the live side and also way more on the challenges side, so I won't go through all of them. I don't think it's right for us to just share everything that you're doing, but we'll also share much of what we're doing, both the ups and the downs, so that you guys can also be able to understand. So trading wise, I've been doing quite okay. As much as I've been in a drawdown, I don't think there has been any fundamental changes really into how I look at markets, how I approach markets, or how I think I should be making money in markets. However, I think markets have generally not been so favorable to my system, and I'll highlight why and how. But this February looks like a very good month for me. I think so far I've had 3 trades. One is running, 2 are closed, so I had 1 loser, 1 winner, and the one that is currently running is also in profit, so I'm hoping it will at least complete to the target, which would mark the 3rd trade of the week. Then probably next week, if I get any more setups, I could take probably 1 or 2 more to clear up the month, but at least this will be a positive month. I'm trying to have a very consistent year, and I know that will come from doing way more less than what I was doing last year. So that's what I'm optimizing for. That's why I'm not so active in the markets, and that's why you might not find me very active sharing what I'm doing on a week-to-week basis. Some weeks I have nothing, because I think out of those 6-7 weeks that have existed, I've not traded for 2 and I've only traded for 4. So I'm going to share with you why I've not traded for some, and obviously the reason is the setup was not there. And for the ones the setup was there, why did I make money? Why did I lose money? Why did I lose the plot? Where did I get the plot? And I hope you'll be able to learn 1 or 2 things. So to start us off, I'll go through the first 200k account that I had on Nova. The one that the last time I shot, I had gotten a payout of about 10,000 there, about 8k. And I remember sharing with you guys how I had been able to attain that. Now, unfortunately, there's a rule I had not gotten on Nova, and in December when I was trading, that rule came back to bite me. Fortunately though, I still have the account. I didn't breach any of the rules to lose the account. I realized as I was going into a drawdown, and it's very important for you to understand these rules as you go into these farms, but sometimes give yourself leeway for mistakes, probably assumptions, generalizations, not paying attention to so much detail. Sometimes you miss some of these things, you know. So when you miss it and you realize, be very quick to correct how you trade and the mistakes that you're making. Anyway, if you look at this account, currently down about 3.84 in actuality, which is about a 4% drawdown. Not a very bad drawdown. If you look at it from a percentage of risking a percentage when you're up and cutting down to 0.5 when you start losing money. However, if you look at maximum loss, which is that point at which if you get you're locked out, it's at 5.83. So you'd wonder, why is it at 5.83 while the profit target is at 3.84? Or rather, why is my actual drawdown at 3.84 while my maximum loss drawdown is at 5.8? Then to explain that, I'd like you to also pay attention to the flip side of the 4% is 2.11%. So what happened is sometime in December, early December, I had 2 very good trades which were running quite well. If those trades had completed, I would have made a clean $10,000 from those trades. However, they didn't complete. and I was up about $5,000, and I lost that $5,000 to the market, and I ended up closing my positions at break even. Okay, but I'd lost $5,000. So apparently Nova counts that equity fluctuation as part of your drawdown because you are up some money. I thought they count when you close the trade, but they don't count when you close the trade. They count even as you fluctuate. It's like the daily drawdown, how it works. And so I had to cut my risk significantly for me to be able to ensure I didn't lose the account. Because the beauty again is in Nova, they give you free accounts, new accounts every time you do a withdrawal. So my objective with this one is to at least bring it back to break even. Probably get $1,000, $2,000 on payout, then just go into a new account because the account is somehow distorted based on that rule that I've explained. Okay, if you look at the days that I've held this account, it comes to about 70, which would make for December, January, and these 10-20 days of February. So probably from around 10th December is when I started trading this account. If you look at the position sizing on this account, the loss and win size, it's all over the place. Like, there is no consistency. Sometimes I'm risking as little as $500 on a 200K account, which is 0.25. Sometimes I'm risking as much as a percentage, which is $2,000. You can imagine that variation. However, if you look at the trades that I took, so you can see these GU positions, which were 3.3 and 2.2 are the ones I'm talking about. So I closed them at break-even, $19, $20. But these trades had given me about $5,000. If there's a regret I have is not closing. But again, these are not things that were in my control. As I was executing the trade, my initial plan was to exit once my targets were attained and my targets were cast on a certain place. And unfortunately, markets didn't get there. You know, the fact that markets didn't get there does not mean I'm trading poorly. So these are all the trades that I've taken. So you can see I've moved from trading around 3 to 4 lots all the way to trading about 0 point something. Okay, so you can see like right now I have one position running at about 1.42 percentage, 1.42 on GBP USD. I'm expecting this market to keep moving higher. My win rate here is quite low at about 35%. My loss trade is about 65%. Reason being, I had a losing streak, a serious losing streak in January. As a function of the system and also as a function of a mistake here and there, but mainly it was as a function of the system, you know, just the system not being very in tune with the markets, and I'll share with you once we go there. However, I added another 200K account on Nova still. So now I have 2 accounts. So that was their first account that I was sharing you with. Let me just go back to my dashboard. Yeah, so this one. So I have another 200K account on Nova. This one is just at about 2.6. So I went up only 0.35 and I didn't have much of a drawdown on this one. Got it sometime in January. And I've also been trading it quite well. So on Nova now I'm probably even getting to max out. So you can see on this position I have about 2.85 on GBP USD running about 1658, while on the other one I have about $500. So about 1100 divergence between those 2 positions. And you can see here I have US 30s, I have Euro USD positions, USD cards, Euro USD, GBP USDs. I'll go through all the positions I take on my journal because I keep all the trades that I take on my journal. I just first want to take you through the different accounts that I have and where they are, and then you can go through the trades, the markets, and then we'll be done. So this is the second account that I have, still a 200K account on Nova. 195. Here my hit rate is about 22%. My loss rate is about 77%. My hit rate also becomes bad because of what I was saying, the January effect. In January I had very many losing trades. I think I had 1 or 2 winning trades and all the other positions were losing. But in February I've only had 1 losing trade. So the fluctuations of the markets, you know, the consistency and all that, they come in, but there are variations. There are those periods whereby things will really tend to go down. So this is the second account that I have. I'm down about 2.39 on this one. Hoping to bring back this one to break even and profitability very soon. Probably even as these trades come to an end, I'll be somewhere close to around those levels, you know, break even, coming back to profitability, which is my objective and has always been my objective. On the other side, we can come in and look at other markets, so no other accounts. So on the other accounts, I'll start off with the For Traders account. For Traders is the billions account that I had. On this account, I've had wild swings up and down. So I remember at some point I reached 8,000. So in simple terms, I attained my target, but I didn't close. The reason I didn't close is the accounts were connected. And so since the accounts were connected, I had to wait for the trades to complete before I closed the accounts that were connected, okay? And so what ended up happening is the trades did not get to my target, and I gave back the profit that I had made and had to go back to about 7 point something. From 7, I went back to around 6 point something, came back, then went to 5, 4, came back all the way to 1 point something, then went to 3. At 3, I went to 4. From 4, I came back to 3.5, and now I'm at 6.2. So at 6.2, I'm remaining with about 1.8 to complete phase 1, going to phase 2. That's my objective for this account. But I still have it. I don't have that much of a hurry with passing these challenges. Yes, I do. I have a hurry, but also I don't. It's the paradox of trading. You really want to do these things quickly, but you also understand that they take time, and it's a long-term game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We've always said that, or I've always believed that. As much as my brain tries to tell me I can do it faster, I believe it takes time for you to really attain some of these objectives. So this is one of the accounts that I have. The second one is on TFT, the funded trader. On this one, I was down about 3.6. So I had some very good trades running here, but I also had some losing trades. So you can see I'm down about 2.5 right now. So looking for about 2.5 for me to come back to break even. Look for about 8%, then look for the next 5% for me to attain the 13%. So these are all challenges, the ones that I'm going through. The two accounts that I've shown you are the ones that are on live. These ones are all on challenges, so I'm still working around them. So you can see very many accounts here, but I won't go through all of them again, okay? So the second one is this one on the Forex Funder. So here on the Forex Funder, I have some accounts here also. I have about 2% up on 100K here. I'm looking for markets to keep on moving higher. I've been using their platform, not quite bad, quite okay on the flip side. Trying to see how their payout process works when I get there, and trying to get around the positions that will make me money here. So here I've not taken many trades. I started this challenge about 2 or 3 weeks ago, sometime in the middle of January. So I keep on starting new challenges every time I'm trading. The reason for that is I want to scale up as fast as I can. I believe in props, if you've figured out how to trade, how fast you raise capital is the most important thing. And how fast you raise capital is a function of how many challenges you're doing, how much you're simply raising at each moment. So you should really strive to raise capital quickly when you're trading on the prop side. So that's what I'm doing on the Forex Funder. So yeah, I still have accounts on Infinity, I have accounts on Alpha Capital, I have accounts on Skilled, I have accounts on My Funded, Nova. So I have a couple of accounts in total. I won't say how much I'm trading. I don't think that's an important number, but quite an interesting journey. So if I go back into the trades that I took for those 2 months, so I'll go through probably the trades that I took in January and the trades that I've currently taken in February. So you'll very quickly realize in January I had some losing trades, which came as a function of the system. And then in February, at least I've gotten a good run. In February, I think I've gotten a good run, and I'm hoping as we go into the other months, I'll also have a good run. Also, there's some level of adaptability and agility you learn when your system goes through rough patches. You simply learn how to navigate those rough patches, and next time when they take place, I tend to believe I should be able to handle them in a better way. So looking at the trades that I took in 2024, so let me just go through the before and after shots for January. Yeah. So in January, let's look at some of the trades. So I had one trade on US30. This was a trade that I first had avoided, but markets faked me out. So there was this beautiful move to the downside. So there was this correction, a bounce here, and we started moving lower. So what really inclined me to come in short was this close below 37,500. But you can see immediately markets came back very quickly to retest the fair value area. And as markets came back to retest the fair value area, instead of markets keeping on moving lower, instead they spiked me out. So you can see my stops being spiked out, markets closing below. But unfortunately markets didn't collapse, so it's not like I missed out on a trade that was good or lost money on a good opportunity. So that one was a clean loser. Good idea, clean loser. Second position that I had was this one on Euro USD longs. On this one, the mistake I made was I executed on a bank holiday, so I had not done my back work well. I missed the site that I used to check fundamentals had not listed it was a bank holiday. So I came in on Monday, got faked out by some momentum, came into the market and realized markets are not moving, realized it was a bank holiday, somehow trapped in between. And then on Tuesday when we woke up, you can see clearly what happened. Markets just went lower, taking past 1.095, moving lower towards the S1, getting to my stop loss. So that was my second trade, still a loser. The third trade that I had was USD card shorts. So you can see mainly I'm trading the dollar. If you think around it, you'd notice that I've been trading the dollar for pretty much some time now. And you can see now on this on USD card shorts, still the idea was to go short based on dollar weakness. And what happened is markets just moved higher, took out my stops. Then when I went to week 4, I had some very good positions. However, they did not complete all of them. So the first one was this USD card longs. So you can see this is USD card. I had this first one, this very beautiful setup. Now just look at what happened, Markets came, bounced off. We had a rally, missed my target by very few pips, and then collapsed back all the way to the level of entry again, the 1.3430 level. That marked another losing trade, or more or less a break-even trade. So that was a break-even trade, missing my targets just slowly, very little. And remember, when you're trading some of these accounts, those fluctuations of profits can also be very risky because of the 5% rule and 6% daily drawdown rule. So I had Euro USD shorts, which worked out pretty well. This one was a very good trade. So if you look at Euro USD shorts, markets just went down directly all the way to my target. So this one was a good one. And then I had GBP USD shorts here. So GBP USD shorts came in, and did they work out? Yeah, so on this position, actually I remember very well. This was one trade that had given me a lot of money, but then took all of it and more. So what happened on this particular position is I came in short after this bounce. So you can see markets came, bounced off here, I came in short. And on that same day, markets went down significantly, closing below fair value area. Then on the following day, so on the following day, markets came back. And as markets were coming back, I was looking for a scaling position to maximize profits as these markets were coming back lower. Unfortunately, markets did not even give me that scaling position. So instead, they went back all the way, took the profits that I had made, went as close to my stop loss as possible, then started coming down again. So I lost money on the scaling idea that I had because I had executed a small position during the London Open vibe as I was getting ready for the market. You can see here, I decided to ultimately risk. So you can see when I was very keen, I was just saying this one, I know as London comes to a start, markets will just continue to complete this move. Wrong move, complete wrong move. Instead, markets just went significantly higher. You can see what happened. The problem of scaling in and doing it at the wrong position is even the right idea that you have, you can't hold it because of the psychological torture that you have. Because if you are to lose a percentage, you're now in a position where you're going to lose about 2.5%. So it becomes very hard for you to hold that position. So I ended up losing on that one, some money on that one. I had these gold shorts which looked very well to me. So there was this one, it looked very well. I was looking for a very good sell-off. Instead, what happened? Markets just rallied higher, Markets rallied high. I think we rallied this day to about 2047 before markets started coming back lower. So another bad trade or another not bad trade actually. This was just a losing trade. If you look at some of the trades that I've executed, I'd argue some very few of them were bad trades based on my system. Okay, based on someone else's system, probably these are bad ideas. But based on my system, these were very, very good ideas. This one though, I didn't really like it. I felt like it was more forcing issues. However, I lost money on it. Anytime you force issues on a position, you can see how quickly you sort of like lose money. So this one I lost money, markets just went directly to R1 and then started coming back lower, because I remember ultimately markets moved significantly lower. Yeah, so this is the trade. So I was right on the idea, very wrong on implementation. The idea mean the direction, but where to implement, how to implement, very wrong, because I came in at 500, markets went all the way here before they started coming down. So those are all the positions that I had in January. Only 8 trades in January. So the first week I didn't trade, all the other weeks I took a position. Then comes February. So in February now, currently I have about 3 trades. I had the first one, which was a gold short position, which worked out very well. This one was spiked down by inflation data. So had that position, you can see it works out very well. Just goes directly to my target. And then I also had some US 100 longs, which didn't work out very well, and I was very quick to realize this one, the probability of working out is quite low, and I exited. And then I had GBP USD longs, which is now what is currently running. Okay, so those are all the positions that I've taken. Those are all the trades that I have. I've introduced these account updates, monetary, where I try and track my accounts. And also I have this trade management checklist, which tells me the different rules that I've set in place to ensure I don't have fixed targets or fixed stop losses, because I tend to be, markets can be a little bit cunning, so I really like balancing and working around positions rather than being fixed around one position. So the last position that I have, I can actually show you currently as markets are running, is here. So yeah, I have this position on GBP USD. I'm basically looking for markets to come back to retest this R2 level. I'm looking for a weaker dollar over the next few weeks and markets to rally about to the R1, R2 level. So if you look at most markets that I trade, most dollar denominated pairs in January, like GBP USD is one of my best pairs. It did pretty much nothing, for the whole of January. It did something, but it was not something that was in line with my system. I love trend following markets. I love trend following, so I love markets that are trending. And this market was very choppy ever since 14th December. We finally got a breakout in February. So the whole of January and half of December, markets were just choppy around these 2 levels. Okay, so looking back, it was very easy to just trade around this range and figure out how to position. But I feel like that's an update that I've gotten for moving forward. This was the lesson that I had to get from this range that took place that time. So those are some of the updates that I have. Realizing which environments function better for your system, and for those environments that don't function better for your system, knowing how to position yourself so that you'll be able to at least make some money. That's what I've been striving and trying to do as I look at markets. So I hope you guys have learned something from my analysis and from looking at the different markets that I trade. I also have other markets that I look at. I look at gold, I look at euro, I look at US 100. US 100 making new highs, moving significantly higher, very beautifully. So very good opportunities also existing in those markets, but it's very crucial that you understand how to position yourself and how to navigate and run in this market. So with that said, I'll stop there and we'll catch up next time. Peace.